Welcome back, Coach's Corner, and it's time to talk Ponca City football. It's fall break week, and that, of course, means for most schools, including the Wildcats, an early game this week. It'll be a Thursday night game back at Sullen Stadium against the Enid Plainsmen. Our guest is Ponca City football coach Josh Allen. And, Coach, the Wildcats come in with an 0-6 record to an early game. It is a funny week, and I know that things will be a little bit different from a practice and from a preparation standpoint. Maybe not different, just we'll have to get things done a little bit quicker.
Yes, yeah, we, today, this afternoon, we're having it'd be like our Tuesday practice routine. So, I mean, we'll have a bigger than normal Monday practice, and yeah, you're right. We gotta hustle everything up, move things up. So today's practice, even though we have a JV game, we'll still be full padded, and we'll still, try to at least get some, we don't have time to do special teams today, but we'll be able to still get about an hour and 40-minute full padded practice out there on the field, plus some meetings, and then we got to get the guys out, go get some food and get ready for a JV game. So it's a packed Monday, and then Tuesday we go on and still have a second practice. It'll be kind of like our normal Wednesday practice, and then you go into Wednesday being more of a walkthrough, like a normal day before game, and then we even get a little walkthrough Thursday morning because of no school.
The interesting thing about a week like this is that this time of year, where you play Friday, you heal, you're back at it Monday, Thursday's here before you know it, and then you play again on Friday. It's already fast enough without cutting 24 hours out of your coaches and your players' schedule.
Yeah, you're right. It is tough on that part. I mean, last year, our fall break, we beat Booker T, and heck, we executed and played probably about as well as we did at any time last year. So, and I remember that week we did an exceptional job as a coaching staff, and players responded well to being very organized and to being able to get a game plan in and try to go execute it.
The Sand Springs game, Ponca City lost to the Sandites to drop their 6th game this season, but if you were at the game or you listened to the game, Ponca City had some good early moments. In fact, Coach, we didn't get any points, but I thought we had our best offensive drive of the season in the first quarter when we got to their 1-yard line.
You're exactly right, Phil. You said I totally agree. Our best offensive drive of the season was that second drive that we had in the first quarter, and it was actually a thing of beauty up until the very end of that thing. I mean, but proud. I mean, we executed a whole lot of different things, very multiple, very balanced drive, and then just didn't finish it off there at the end. So yeah, I agree with you.
It was 18 plays, 86 yards. It used up basically the entire first quarter, about 8.5 minutes of the first quarter. But Coach, then you didn't score. What do you think that did to your team, or what do you think that does to a team from a mental standpoint to get that close and then to not get the ball in the end zone?
And let me back it up. I will answer that question. Before that, listen, to blame on that, I told the coaches and the players that I personally take responsibility for how that drive ended, and the fact that we are a shotgun and a pistol football team. We've cut some fat to eliminate some footwork teaching, and being able just to cut some things down so you have an identity and you're not doing too much. But my point is, we should have had a quarterback sneak installed. We should have had an under center quarterback sneak installed for that situation when you're that close. And that falls on me. Several of my offensive coaches have even throughout the year have even brought that up, and I just thought because we don't do it, that it would be dangerous to get under center since we don't practice it as much. But anyway, looking back now, I wish we would have had that quarterback sneak, because I think that would have got in. But anyway, that being said, going back to your other question, yes, we score there, Phil. We score on that play, Phil, and we not saying we win the game, but we are playing. I think it changes the whole outlook of the rest of the first half for sure. I don't think they score. I think our defense plays energized for the rest of the half, and plays a little better on that side of the ball. and I think possibly offensively, we also gained some momentum. This game of football is a very psychological and emotional game, and you know our guys needed to feel that, needed to get that done, and that would have, I think, energized, pushed us, you know, that turned momentum back on our side, and I think we played different.
As it was, Sand Springs went on to drive the ball the length of the field and score again. We still had some other chances in the first half. I know that we recovered a fumbled punt, and immediately you called a deep post route, and it was there. And again, sometimes the guys, you know, just don't get it executed. And I'm sure you've looked back at that one. So what could have been 14-14 at that point is still 14-0, and again, hard to overcome on an executed play that was right there.
Yeah, Michael Mongo threw a beautiful ball, and Logan Champlin, boy, he does great things, and he's caught a lot of foot. Him and Raylan Gaines are our leading receivers, so you know Logan Champlin usually, you know, he's got great hands. He usually makes plays, but yeah, you're right, and he ran a great, and you know what, Logan ran a great route. We were so. The way it took a lot of skill just to get to the position he got in, and so. But yes, you know, we had, you know, and we had several passes that, to Michael Mongold's credit, we had several passes in that first quarter that could have helped us out for the scoreboard that were dropped, and so. But you know what, that happens in football, and but at the same time, we do need to learn as a team to make these plays. We do got to get to a point where, at some point, where we do make some big plays like this. Yeah.
Week 7 will find the Wildcats back at Sullins on Thursday night for a 7 o'clock kickoff against the Enid Plainsmen, and they'll come limping into town because they felt the wrath of second-ranked Union on Friday night, 52-0. So they'll come in still with opportunities there, but Union can do that to people, and I'm sure that at Selby Stadium the other night they were beat up pretty good. What do you expect from Enid?
Oh man, Enid. First of all, they have a great defense. I mean, their defense is going to be tough. I expect from Enid that, you know, how this rivalry has been here recently. It's going to be a physical game. Lots of energy on their side, and I expect our side too. Lots of guys flying around. They're going to be tough. This is a very physical, tough-minded team. And you know, last year got a little chippy, and then border at times a little nasty. So honestly, I think our guys, especially if they experienced it last year, will know what this game can turn into sometimes. And so we will. I think our guys will have no problem being ready to play.
I would imagine that Enid, if they have any kind of a memory, will be ready to play too.
Sure.
Because it was the Enid game a year ago that got us going on those 8 really good quarters where we put together a lot of real good football. And people say, well, this is you and I talking, and we want our team to do well. But it just goes to show you never know where it's going to fall into place. Last year, not a lot of people would have expected us to beat Enid and Booker T. Washington back-to-back, and we did it. So, you know, 6 games in, don't put all your eggs in one basket because those things happen. Teams get hot. Teams, you know, start to figure it out. And if you really watch and just don't look at scores, you guys the last few weeks, you're starting to put a lot of things together.
Yes, yeah, I appreciate that, Phil. I mean, you know, you're right. The scores don't necessarily indicate that, but an insider's view, which I know you have you talk to us and you see us from week to week, so I would consider you having that view as well. You know, you see where we've come from. You see, there's a lot of things that you see that are positive. You know, like I said, you know, we score on that drive versus Sand Springs. You know, best drive of the year. We finished that drive out. You know, I think the score's different. But the point is, there's bright moments of where we have come from throughout the year, and you know, we are getting better. And it just didn't know now. You know, it just sometimes doesn't. We can't consistently put it all together, or it doesn't stay that way all the time. But no, there are things that I would say are improving and getting better in this program.
Absolutely. And it'll be on display on Thursday night. Don't forget, Thursday night, 7 o'clock, Sullivan Stadium, Ponca City, Enid, District Action. We hope you'll be there. For Coach Allen, Phil Turney, and Coach's Corner.